Welcome, my name is Melody from Melody Crochet, and this is episode 37 of the Melody Crochet podcast, where I come to you every week with my knitting and crochet projects from the week prior. Thanks for joining me. I come from my blog, Melody Crochet. On this channel, you'll see reviews of yarn, instructions for the patterns that I create for my blog, and the podcast, which is what we're doing today. Basically, I'm just going to show you what I've been working on for the last week, what I purchased to play with in the next week, and I think I have some whips, a whip, a finished object, and a lot of what have I done. Because today is the first day of February, and that is special because it's Valentine's Day, and it's a great month. It's a short month, but it's birth month. Birth month! I love my birthday. If you have ever met me or you were here last February, you'll know I celebrate all month long. This is the first day. My birthday's at the end, and I love it. So please excuse my complete yarn gluttony this month and any other way I find myself to be gluttonous, but usually it's pretty yarny because that's my thing. I am wearing my Moroccan cowl from the Great and Wonderful Moogly blog. If you've never made your way over there, she is all the crochet things. She has great tutorials on YouTube, but her patterns are fabulous and she is so generous and kind. I highly suggest going and seeing Tamara Kelly over at the Moogly blog because she's amazing. If you haven't made your way over there, go. Pause. Go see her. She's amazing. But as it was, I love my Moroccan. She had a bag. She did several things with the Moroccan stitch. This is black Red Heart Super Saver, and this is, I love this yarn in maybe raspberry or something, I forget, but it has a sequin going through it. It's amazing. So I love wearing this. So it's my Valentine's Day doodad. I keep it with my Valentine's Day stuff so that when I open up the box to decorate, I'm like, oh, I have this, but this is my only wearable. So you will find I am making some stuff this month because I don't have any Valentine's Day wearables. I like to do DIY, not just in crochet, but other things too. And the more I can do to the things I buy, the happier I am. Because somebody's like, oh, that. And I'm like, well, I love nothing more than telling people what I've done to my stuff. It's amazing. There's just no shame at all. But you will also notice, a little side note, completely not yarn related, my hair is dark as night. It is beautiful on some people. I don't hate dark hair, but I dyed it. If you are familiar with hair dye at all, 1 is black, 10 is bleach, white, platinum blonde. I dyed it a 4. This was supposed to be middle of the line, and I'm figuring this color is because I have dyed too much, and maybe it was a little extra absorbent, or maybe it muddied something, maybe I crossed some tones or whatnot, but this is not at all what I dyed. So I figure we're gonna clean it up just in case I do have too much going on, because this color is not going anywhere. This is some high quality, high developer color. This is staying if I don't do anything about it. So after this episode of the Melody Crochet podcast, I will be using L'Oreal Colors app. Not at all sponsored. Why would they sponsor my crochet podcast? But yeah, I have 3 boxes of Colors app and I'm about to go orange. I've done this before. It's a really unattractive brassy orange color. But it has to happen every now and again in order to start with a fresh slate. And it doesn't kill my hair that much. I think I just have thick hair. I was blessed with hair that deals with all the stuff I give it. I've been dyeing my hair since I was 13. People ask what my natural shade is. I don't even know. Now, more family stuff. My puppy Hunter is feeling under the weather. He is 7 years old, and his big sister is almost 13. And we got her when she was 6, so we've had her for just over 6 years, and we've had Hunter since he was born. And they've never had kennel cough. So when I heard it the other day, I was really startled. I thought there was an obstruction. I was really nervous. Turned out it's kennel cough. He's just a flummy mess. And As much as I am concerned and feel compassion toward him, I'm really concerned that his big sister, a 13-year-old lab who has recently gone blind and is getting skinny, and basically she's just, you know, she's a 13-year-old lab. They usually live between 11 and 12 years. So the doctor, I know that many live longer than that, but as far as expected normal range, she definitely hit her wall on hitting geriatric last year, and then a couple months ago, fully blind. So I really, really don't want a cold for her. I really want her to not have to go through that. So I'm hoping we can get it in and out of him, get him feeling better, and she won't get it. But I hear it's just so communicable. I hear that it's airborne and picked up by touch, and they share a water bowl. So maybe she just has a special inclination not to get it? Let's talk yarn. What did I do? I have one finished object. What did I do? What did I do? I made a blanket. I'm so proud of myself. I know that most of you probably made blankets, but I don't tend to get through blankets because I love the instant gratification project. I love cowls and hats, the occasional sweater. Blankets are usually long-term projects, and they don't come out of me very often. So I probably have about 4 blankets going right now, but I don't remember the last time I finished one. And I need to keep finishing them because it feels really good. I like finishing blankets. This is fabulous. So this is the Jayda and Stitches Victorian sampler from 2018. So there's 12 different patterns. And I love this cotton by Hobby Lobby. It's an Aran weight 100% cotton, not mercerized, in the color turquoise, and that's white, same yarn. And I probably used about a ball of yarn, just under a ball of yarn, every section. So my guesstimate would be 10 balls of yarn for the blue and 2 to 3 balls of yarn of white, but I'm pretty sure it was just 2 balls of white. Let's see, this is January. That is the Little Fishes pattern. Let's see if we can open that up. That's Little Fishes. And then February was the Primrose Stitch. And there was a Fan Stitch for March. I forget the names of April, May, June, and July. And August, because that's around the time Christmas came and Etsy shop craziness happened. So I just stopped working on this for about 2 months, and then I picked it back up after Christmas. And my last podcast, I was around here. I just picked it back up, and I was starting to negotiate with myself. Her next blanket's coming out. She gave instructions on, it's a landscape blanket, so she had instructions on how to start that up, and I'm like, well, maybe I should just end this blanket. Well, I rushed through the end while I've already enjoyed it so much, and it's already a really long and not very wide blanket. So it was a good size, but I pushed through. Something said, keep going. So this was my September. Then we did cobweb stitch. I have this right here to show you this is my one mistake on the blanket. As far as I can tell, all of these samples, and this is my one mistake. So this is the cobweb stitch that she did for October for Halloween. And I'm thinking a little spider web in some white cotton thread right there. Just, you know, cobweb. I'm a little cheesy, but I'm thinking so. Something special is going to go there because mistakes aren't mistakes, right? They're just design elements. Then November, we had the extended shell stitch and this. I'm so glad I continued on because this is the cookie stitch for December, and this is the most fun crochet stitch that I think I discovered last year. As far as I practiced a lot of different stitches. I love a crochet stitch Bible, you name it, and this was fun. There will be some cookie stitch stuff coming out of Melody Crochet in the very near future because this was fun. I liked that a lot. It's a 2-row repeat, super, super simple, and it looks so cool. I just love it. It almost looks like it's twisting and turning as you work your way down. I love it. I went with the really simple granny stitch all the way around that she suggested. I didn't even get through the whole video for the border. I just liked it so much, and I got really close to the end of my white yarn. This much white yarn left. So I wasn't going to be able to go around again, so I just called it a blanket, threw it on my queen size futon that we just got, and was very, very, very happy. So That being said, this is the yarn I had left over after about 11 balls of turquoise. I love this cotton. I used an eye hook. Oh, I have a little bit. Oh, these were the tails from chopping off the ends. I leave pretty long tails as a rule. And when I cleaned it up and like wove in the ends, I had quite a bit left over. Okay. Oh, works in progress. Talked to you about these last time, but it is my basket O hats. I'm still working on them. I wish I had crocheted them and not knitting them because they're taking me forever. I believe I had already finished last week. I had already finished my brother-in-law's hat. Now, keep in mind, we're having the polar vortex right now. Arctic vortex? It's freezing. Basically, it's like negative 30. I can't even say the words over where they're living, and they don't have their hats yet. My only consolation is that I don't think these hats would do anything for negative 30. You should stay inside, right? So let's try and get them to them by the time they can go outside. Finished that one. Almost done with the pink one. Probably about 1 more inch and I'll close this up. And this is in, so the green one is Lanasoft Brown Sheep Company in Highland Green. This one is the same in Bridal Pink. I have the orange one for my nephew in Marmalade. I want to call it Tangerine. It's on the floor now. Here's the red, the ruby, and then the pink and cherry. And I have the green that I've had in stash forever. I've had this for a while. I love mint green. So that'll be my hat. My husband requested one too because it's freaking cold. Even here in Texas, it's cold. I think everybody's cold. It's just we all have different comparison numbers. So this is a Cascade 220 Superwash in a green that he picked out forever ago, and so he'll get a green hat too. The kids already have hats. The needles that I'm making it on are the Lika size 7 16-inch. They are a dream to work on. So smooth. And I close them up on DPNs, which is the Knitter's Pride Cubics in size 5. I like a nice small needle because I get really fiddly when I'm closing up small circles, and having a small needle kind of makes up for my loose, messy stitches. So that's housed inside my Ipsy bag. I have Ipsy every month deliver little makeup samples just so I can get the bag for my notions. Is that terrible? This was my December one because, you know, New Year's. So cute. Love it. So that is my work in progress, all those hats, and those need to be done. I'm not sure how it's going to happen though because it's birth month. And I have so many things I keep collecting and so many things that I want to make for Valentine's Day and birth month, but I need to get those done. So I'm not sure. Do you have suggestions? When you have things you want to make and things you have to make, how do you decide what goes first? Do you like do a little back and forth? You reward yourself with something fun? All I know is those need to be in the mail because I feel a little bit of guilt and I don't do guilt. Guilt is yucky. That's all for what I've been working on. I do have quite a bit of what have I done though. First and foremost, a thing. It's yarn related. I was watching Krista over at the Secret Yarnery open up her Amazon package, and she came out with this. It's an LED Leggy, maybe? Best thing in the entire universe. I don't know why they have light up hooks. They just need this. This thing's amazing. It has yellowy light, bluey light, and then you can have them on together. It is charged, and it's on both sides, so you can turn them both on. But it is charged with the USB, so a mini USB, and then you plug it into any USB thing. So I have one by my bed, and then I have one by the computer, and I think it goes for several hours before needing to be charged. But I have a tendency to just charge things as a rule, but it's so cool. So it goes around your neck. It has a little velvet in the back so it doesn't slip. And it just stays wherever you put it. It's the coolest thing ever. I saw her open hers. She got two. Her husband stole one. But Krista is brilliant. Good job, Krista. I'm very pleased. She's going to use hers for videos. I just use mine at night because I have a really big lighting system. But at night when crocheting and you don't want to wake up your partner, totally awesome. I think my husband's been eyeballing it for a reading, so I might need to get another one. I think it's on Amazon. I'll link below. They had other ones, but this one is the best. I highly suggest. I did some research, I looked around, I compared, and this one's a little bit more, but that whole not needing batteries thing, totally awesome. And the velvet in the back to keep it from sliding around, and these things are amazing. They're in this rubbery stuff, and they just bend every which way. And their own weight isn't heavy on the bending. Sometimes this will be so heavy that this will be adjusted by its own weight. It's kind of irritating to fiddle with it. It's fabulous. And it came with its own little charging cord. I'm so happy. And I have a feeling it would sit on its own. It would, wouldn't it? I didn't think about it. But yeah, if you just wanted to put it like on a table, you totally could. That's kind of awesome. So that's my Leggy. I cannot suggest it more. And then, yarn-wise, well, I have a lot of stories. Get comfy, grab your cup. I'm having a latte that I've actually misplaced over there, which is okay. I went to Starbucks and got a latte on the way here because I was out and about this morning, and I got the cinnamon shortbread latte. That is not tasty. I think I got a broken one, and it was really, really bad. Like, I couldn't take another sip of it, so I brought it home. I added a little stevia and a little bit more milk, and it was palatable, but not fabulous. So, I don't know. I think I need to go get Indian food now and have some good masala tea. Maybe for dinner. Birth month dinner. No. Okay, let's get back to it. First and foremost, I got some yarn. 3 balls technically. I have only 2 of them here because I've started creating something with them. But this is, where's the tag? Here he is. This is Harriet. This yarn is a souvenir of raising a human being. I bought the yarn to celebrate and comfort myself when my older son moved out a couple weeks ago. It is worsted weight, 218 yards of pure extra fine baby alpaca. It feels like butter. It is so amazing. I want to say that the color was called Colorado Nights, but the color on the tag is just 1029. Oh, I looked all around. I was looking for something very, very special, and oh my goodness. When I saw it, I just knew. I was at the Farmersville yarn store. They had a massive selection, but when I saw this, I just knew. This is my I've Raised a Child yarn. And I am feeling much better about it. Thank you all for your words of support, and it is true. I'm feeling much more positive about it, but it was a shock. It was like a physical shock. It was really strange. Not something I've experienced before. So I feel better. I'm much better now. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I discussed this on my 10 non-yarny things about me last week. So go watch me. But welcome to the stash. Oh my gosh, I love alpaca. Some people are cashmere people and some people are alpaca people. I am an alpaca people through and through, and decidedly a purple person, as today will probably show you, because I was online with Kristen Omdahl, who is live every day pretty much. I don't know if she does weekends, because I'm not up at that hour at weekends. But she is up crack of dawn, beautiful places, crocheting and knitting. So I was up, and somebody mentioned in the live chat that Michael's has Caron Simply Soft for $2. Turns out it was $2.50, but I was in there and I got 7 balls of iris because I love iris Caron Simply Soft. So this is going to be a sweater right about now. How I'm going to make those hats and make a sweater at the same time, I don't know. Perhaps I will scrap 2 extra hands and a couple extra sets of eyes. I'm not sure. In addition to that, I made a tutorial on a new pattern on the blog that's coming out. It's a cowl with a hood. Really simple, very easy to follow, but I wanted to do that with you guys, especially to show the seaming, and some things are just better shown on a video than in the pattern. So I used Hygge, Red Heart, Hygge, Hygge, You know what I mean, the comfort word from the Danish. It's awesome. It was everywhere last year and they named a yarn after it, but it is bulky with little fuzzies. And then I was at Joann's and I saw Buttercream Luxe Craft in angel hair. That's the kind of yarn. And it's pure pink? Pale pink. Pale pink. So it's the same kind of yarn, but it's different. So I'm going to see if it behaves the same as the other yarn, as the Higa. So I liked it very much. I will be doing a little video on it because it was definitely different than most yarns. And just in case you're curious and looking to buy it online, I like to share the information and go through my 10 questions that I ask myself about yarn before I purchase it online. I was gifted by Lacey over at the Hooked on Owls podcast with her new Sonora shawl, and it takes 2 balls of Scarfie. So this is what I'll be using. And I'm hoping to get that done by Valentine's, because wouldn't that be a beautiful Valentine's Day shawl? Normally I probably wouldn't go for this just because it's a little dark, and as much as I love my dark colors, when you crochet with just dark colors you can't usually see the stitch definition and you kind of lose it. But when you add in some white, I think that's going to look really, really cool. So cannot wait to get started on that. I believe it's a J-hook. We'll be going through the yarn together. I've never used Scarfie. Have you used Scarfie? If so, did you get it at like a craft store or at Walmart? I got mine at Walmart, so the colors collection was a little smaller, and then I saw that they had a lot more colors to choose from today at Michael's. But I still think I'm happy with my collection here. I think that's going to be great for Valentine's Day. Hobby Lobby the other day. I think I was after one more ball of each color, probably about a week ago, and I ran into a new yarn. This is called Katarina. The colorway is Thistle. It is sport weight, and look at that transition. Isn't that magic? I love gray. And when you put it by that bright blue and that purple, that wants to be a hat on my head. I said, come home, I will crochet you. So we'll find out how that is. It is 90% acrylic and 10% nylon. And I'll be completely honest, I'm not 100% sure what the difference is between acrylic and nylon, but I'm pleased. It's really, really, really soft. We'll see how much distance I get. I should get some good distance considering it is quite, let's see, it's 100 grams, so it's 295 yards. So that's going to be a pretty good size hat. I'll just keep going and then close it up at the end. I love a slouchy beanie. That's about it for me. I grabbed a couple magazines. Everything is getting ready for summer. Have you noticed? But as far as my journaling for February goes, all I've got is my front page. Pretty awesome. I'm raring to go. So happy February. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It is Vloguary for me. So please like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. If you enjoyed watching, subscribe and hit the bell, and I will see you tomorrow with a new video. Take care. Give you a big hug.